Pee your pants now. Get it over
No! No, it's bad.
We talked about that in a previous episode. We can't be on wet pants.
Just shit yourself in public.
No. Assert dominance, okay?
Assert
dominance.
There are better ways to assert dominance, like T-posing.
Shit someone else's pants in public.
Oh my god.
Make someone shit their pants in public?
Yeah.
Make them question their existence.
Yes.
Welcome to the Streamless Podcast. Today with me, I have Rhenvi.
My name's Microsoft. Can I crash at your place later?
Yes. Lazy Warriors.
And I fully support Team Pineapple on Pizza. Anyone who says they're wrong are wrong.
Well, okay.
And Rhenvi has left the call.
Right, click.
And my name's Cordelia, and beer is not a proper substitute for water.
Damn straight.
Okay, we're fighting later. But yeah.
Well, no, this goes back to yesterday. I was at somebody's wake, and you got 2 free drinks, and it was like 90 degrees out here. It's like 90 fucking degrees, right?
Nice.
And my dumbass just decided water wasn't a thing for like 3 hours of sitting out in that heat. So, one of my friends who was there was like, yo, you want my drink ticket? Because I'm not going to take it. I'm like, all right, sure, I'm feeling good. I'm going to be here for at least 3 more hours. That's enough time to sober up. I literally took his ticket, stood up, and was like, handed him back his ticket like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna go inside for a while. Because sound got real muffled, and my eye, I was starting to get tunnel vision. I almost fainted. Like, I went up to the bar and nabbed some water, and then just slowly sipped on it, because I know it's not good if you just fucking down it. Yeah. So I sat inside for like an hour, rehydrating.
Cody got wrecked in 2 forms: alcohol, dehydration, and the heat.
I wasn't even drunk. I had a nice buzz going.
I've said that before.
Famous last lines.
Look, I'm not that much
even that drunk.
I'm not that much of a lightweight that 2 beers is gonna put me out of commission, okay?
All right.
No, there's a new term for that. It's heavyweight. You can be heavyweight.
I'm midweight. I'm middleweight.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Your body beer index is perfectly balanced.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, was I sober enough to drive? No. But was I, like, drunk so that I couldn't walk in a straight line? No. I was good. I was in that nice, good, floaty place.
Yeah, I've been there where I'm like, oh, and like I'll drink water beforehand, but after I'm drinking, if you hand me water, I'm like, I want to punch you. Like, no, I don't harsh my vibe. Which in the morning, me currently hungover with kidney pain, wonders why I didn't have water yesterday. Yeah, I kind of get to the point where I kind of just I etch a sketch, and I'm like, I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm alive. Also, everything hurts, and I have to pee really bad. It's just like getting upright to like watch the bathroom. I was like, oh. I was like, please, God, just help me.
Someone get me a doctor and paracetamol.
Yeah, anything, honestly. I'm kind of wanting. It's funny. So my mother-in-law is physician's assistant. I don't know if you have them where you are, Simon, but they're basically like one step down from a doctor, and she's done it for eons. And there's this new hyped up thing where it's like you can get like IV clinics or mobile IVs that'll come and like, hook you up to rehydrate you, and it costs an arm and a leg. But I was like, oh my God, I could go for one of those right now. And she's like, there's a lot of science saying that that's not a good way to do it, and your absorption. And I'm like, I'm listening to her knowing how intelligent she is and her years of experience. And I'm like, I would sell my kidney for an IV right now. Like, I hear what you're saying, but I still want someone to instantly cure me of my current condition. Like, please. Oh, and right now, especially, I think I probably need to get a kidney because they're not
They're
happy
struggling.
with it.
They're struggling
real bad. Yeah.
That's
I'm
not a
like,
good
oh.
thing.
I had fun though.
Yeah. Well,
had
I
fun.
mean, that's important, but, your health is like that much more important than the fun.
Couldn't you just find a new kidney in like the health section of Walmart or something?
Could you imagine taking that to checkout? It's just like, all I can imagine is like it's in the same type of bag that you like get a goldfish from. You're just like, yeah. It just like goes down the line. You're like, this is fine. Imagine being the person trying to find like the barcode on it. And you're just like sloosh, sloosh, sloosh. And they gotta like squeeze it out and manually type in the code because it won't scan. You're just like, yeah, that's how I assume you'd buy organs at Walmart.
You pay by weight.
Yeah, pay by weight. Yes. Could you imagine? Oh my God. People already commit crimes here with weight, especially with like the self-serve, like we have
Self-scan.
these. Yeah, the scans. We have those like the bulk foods, and like I've physically seen someone do it before. They like grabbed a whole bunch of almonds, but like put it in as peanuts, and so they got a lower price because almonds are expensive. And I was like, and all I can imagine is paying by weight. Someone be like, what you don't know is I'm paying for a gallbladder, yeah, and not a actual kidney, yeah. So much embezzlement. It'll be so bad. But also, I love that idea. But here's the question: once you get it, it's not like you're going to take it home with some Chianti and fava beans. Like, how are you going to get someone to put that in
some
you?
people probably would.
I'm sure we'll find a solution to that.
I love how matter of fact you just said, I'm sure we'll find a solution to that. Like, I have seen people play, was it Surgeon Simulator? I don't want that. No, thank you. Okay.
Nah, I'm sure we'll do like one of those like machines so you get put under and then it'll do it for you. Like you'll have one at home. We'll be grateful the frat boys that are going to stack dudes and breaking their arms every now and then.
I'm equally excited but terrified about what you just said. Like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe.
Sounds like I've got it all figured out. It's fine. World peace is next.
Yeah.
We got this.
Yeah.
He's fine. He'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's fine. But yeah. So going off of that wake story for me real quick though.
Yeah.
So there are these times in life where you like meet someone and you're like, okay, whatever. I'll probably never see them again. And then they show up in your life again like 3 years later. You're like, oh, it's you again. Okay, cool. And then you're like, okay, I'll never see you again. And then 8 years later, they show up in your life. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? And I was reminded of this because, oh, dear Lord, probably 2009, so like 13 years ago, I went to a concert, and it was a Jonathan Colton concert for anyone who needs to know that information. So geeky people all around, so, they are my people. They are our people, honestly. And we got to talking with this gal and her then boyfriend, while we're waiting in line for the venue to open up, and, talking. We'll call her Merlin because that's her online tag. I'm not going to dox her with her real name. And, so I'm like, okay, cool. That was it. Well, like 2-3 years later, my current ex ended up working with her at the same job. And it was like, what? Are you serious? Hello? Merlin? Hi? And then, of course, like, in the 8 years or whatever since then, I had forgotten that they worked together. Plus, you know, he changed jobs multiple times. I didn't know where he was working currently. So going to the wake and then seeing her there was like, oh shit. Like she remembered me before I remembered her. It was just one of those weird things. And I'm like, we keep running into each other. Like, 'cause even, yeah, just, it was weird. It was just one of those weird things. Like, yeah, I know technically because he jumped jobs. Like, he was at the job she was at and then did a couple other jobs and came back to that job. I didn't know that. So at first, my brain was like, how do we, like, I didn't think you were that close. So, and she actually flew in from a different state for the wake. She flew in.
Huh.
She flew in and then flew back in the same day.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's some dedication right there.
Yeah. I had that happen, not as expanded as your level, but I used to have that happen where I was always kind of a jokester, prankster, loud, extroverted person. Still am. But
I was
especially in
gonna
high
say were.
school. Shut up, okay? Anyway, don't lean your face like that, Simon.
But what if I leave it like
No,
this?
so I used to always, I took choir in high school just to like have a BS class, so I had to fill like time. And
Mhm.
and I used to tell jokes, crack people up, but there were like, I don't know, 50 of us in there, so I didn't know everybody by name. I just kind of was like, people would laugh. And like into my first couple of years of college, I was dating a guy who went to Eastern Michigan, and
Yeah.
I was on his campus, hanging out with him, and I'd spend time in his dorm room, obviously. And there random packs of people between there, Washington Community College, U of M, would just be like, "Oh, hey, it's you," blah blah blah, and they knew me like my actual first name, and they're like, "Hey, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Hi," and they're like "You're so funny, blah blah blah. What are you doing? Can we hang out?" And I'm like, "Where do I know you from?" Like, absolute, like, I've got no idea. And they're like, "Yeah, choir was so great. You made it to live." I'm like, "Choir. I do not remember you at all. I remember getting in trouble a lot for getting us off cue." Um, but no, I just having that throughout the years, and it was like, "Oh, I remember you," and I'm like, "I don't remember who you are." Smile and laugh and be like, "Yeah, finger guns, totally. Who the hell is that?" You know, like, when it happened, probably the first 5 years after high school, and that was really weird. I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, stalker." Like, who are you?
This is where you
I'm
go,
in
oh
your
my god, I made
walls.
it.
I'm in your walls. What did you do, Simon?
It's where you go, oh my god, I made it. I am famous now.
That's it. I quit my job. I'm famous.
I officially have a stalker. I am a celebrity.
Yeah, no.
For legal
Fortunately.
purposes, that's not how it usually works.
Yeah, just so everyone knows. Simon,
Well, you and I over there have to have a talk.
Talking to your sleep paralysis demon again?
Just a guy hanging outside my window like, hello.
Oh, I love that. Goofball.
But, I mean, it's happened before where, you just run into certain people at the most random places, too. Like, my dad was famous for that, pre-COVID times. Like, we fucking went to Disney World after my senior year. And no joke, every day he ran into at least one person he knew.
That's
Every
so
day we were there. I'm like, how the fuck did you? How? No. And, he knew, like, it wasn't someone came up and was like, yo, Grim, how's it going? And he was like, no, he fucking knew. He fucking knew all of these people. He's like, oh, hey, so-and-so, John, George, whoever you are. Like, he knew them by name, knew them. I was like, how? I have the memory of a fucking goldfish. I can't. Like,
My dad was like that too. Yeah.
I get friend requests on Facebook from people that were clearly in band or color guard.
Yeah.
And I know this because all of our mutual friends are from my high school's band or color guard.
Yeah.
But I don't remember who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
I know.
That thing too, I gotta tell you, on Facebook, I barely use it anymore. I'm mostly Twitter at this point, but also because I just don't want everyone on Facebook, which is like all the older people for the most part in my life, to know all of my random ups and downs. And I hate when I get the friend request from someone you don't know, but they have mutual friends and like their legitimate profile, but it's like, oh, that's so and so I went to high school. Like, people like my husband went to high school with that I've never met, but want to friend me. Like, no,
That's creepy.
I'll keep my secrets. You can just buzz right off. Like, no, no, thank you. Or like 2 or 3 mutual friends, and it's like, hey, you haven't talked to them in like 10 years, and even 10 years ago, you didn't want to talk to them. So I really don't want to talk to them now. Like, delete. No. I'm like, my profile is private. How do people find me? Like, just leave me alone. Oh, that Instagram. Instagram is horrible with people who are either like scams or they're just like, can I see your boobs? And I'm like, no.
There's a reason I don't post on Instagram.
Actually,
I have yet to receive anyone asking to see my boobs. And I'm offended.
Hold on, let me fix that.
Yeah, right. Both of our profiles are flagged for for explicit content. Oh my god.
I haven't been on Instagram in so long. I don't know how to send DMs. It's fine.
I've not posted anything for a while now.
Yeah, I'm gonna DM you like, I want to see your boobs. Give me the nips.
Like, I've kind of made it a game whenever I do post on Instagram, because it's usually stream related.
Yeah. That
I will I'll tag it as streamer, Twitch, whatever, and I'm just sitting there like, I wonder if it's going to take more than 3 seconds to get at least 3 messages from bots trying to sell me their generic mass-produced shit.
Would you like a bigger penis? Click here.
Would you like a massive dong? No.
Oh my god.
Sir, I am the president of the Micro PP Club.
Just at one point in time, I want you to be like on a live chat with a scammer and just pronounce your presidency of the Tiny PP Club.
Yo,
if I just want to see how they take that.
Yo, where's the people trying to sell Viagra and dick enhancements on Twitch chat? Where they at? I need them.
Oh, they come after you by the followers.
Oh, so
want to be
I'm
famous?
not famous enough. I can be more famous if I have big PP. No. You want all the good followers? Get macro PP. No, micro PP.
Macro PP? My mind just went to like photography, and all I could think of was just like wham, and then micro PP.
Micro PP. You got that ultra zoom.
I can't with you. Too much.
Yeah, just a bit.
I am completely unapologetic for my bullshittery.
We know. That's unfortunately why we want to throw you away and keep you simultaneously.
He has fulfilled his life goal.
I know,
I
right?
am an enigma. No one knows what's going to come out of my mouth. I am a risk. Just a risk.
Actually, all of those warning labels apply to you.
Look, the fact that they let you work in customer service is a fucking miracle at this point.
Honestly, yeah. I can't imagine walking in and not knowing you and being full unbridled Simon. And I'd be like, I need to. I'm gonna go down the street. There's another paint shop. I don't need to be here.
I'm only being like quote unquote normal because it's not my store,
You're not the manager. You're not the owner. You don't give a fuck. You're just like...
Look, if I owned the store, it would be mayhem. People would be coming in. I'd just be poking my head up from behind the counter like, hello.
No.
How may the paint goblin help you today?
The paint goblin.
I feel like you would hop over that counter like a Wendigo and just be like, you want some paint?
They just walk through the door. You need some green paint in your life, don't you?
You would 100% do that. I'm dying. That would be you. And then they would here's the problem. You would scare people to death and you'd have like a body problem. Because you can't call the cops, right? Because then you'd be immediately sought out. So you have to figure out how to like blend them into the paints and sell those paints to other people.
I just open a barbecue next to me.
We can Sweeney Todd this bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where I should tell you about a game I've been playing. It's called Ravenous Devils, and it's like Sweeney Todd. You have a guy upstairs who's a tailor who kills the people and drops them down the hole, and then the girl downstairs chops them up and cooks them and feeds them to people. And I just had this moment where I'm like, you're the paint, and then there's a barbecue, and I'm like, I just played this. This is oddly timed.
Also, when you said, let me tell you about it, came up in playing, my brain went directly to any ad on TikTok.
Okay, you know what? I am. It's Facebook. Thank you very much. And did I find out about this game that I just played on TikTok? You bet. But I have not downloaded any cheesy Facebook games in about a month, so I'm about due. Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm proud of you, but now that you're like I'm about due, I'm like, well, shit, never mind.
I don't know why, but it's like, fuck it. I can play, Matchington Mansion for a minute, or I can play that. There's so many, and then we go out of matches. You gotta just wait or pay money, and then like, I'll spend $5 on a game. Period. That's it. So once I'm done with that, I'm like, nope, can't buy anymore, and so I just have to wait. And then I go back in like a week and a half later, and I'm like, oh yeah, I still don't have any moves. And then I close it out, and I'm like, well,
how's that?
And my phone does this thing where it'll offload apps after a while to save space. Like it has the save data from the game, but it'll like, semi uninstall the game.
Put them in like a sleep mode, basically. Like,
yeah. And so a couple of those that I played about a month ago have gone night night. And I'm like, oh. Well, I don't think I had any moves left. And I'm always so mad because what I forget to do, always, I am that asshole who will get on an airplane, get to the point where I'm in the middle of the air, no possibility of Wi-Fi for free. And I'll go to open my game, and they've been offloaded, and I can't re-download them, and I'm like, hello, darkness, my old friend. I'm just like sitting there like, why? And the worst efficient green but worst flight company is Frontier. Again, very clean, very nice, but they have zero frills. I took Frontier back from Colorado. That was 3 hours of me looking at the paint, and I'm looking at the crevices of the window, looking at like my shoes. Like they didn't have any food service. They didn't have any Wi-Fi. They didn't have any monitors or tablets behind the seats. They had nothing. They had no plugs, nothing. And I was like, this is... At least Spirit will fuck you around, but they have food. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, I'm just sitting there like, this is really unfortunate. I got nothing to do. My my AirPods were dead, so I could only hear or dying, so I could only hear music for a little bit of it. And it was most of my music's on Spotify, so couldn't get that. And yeah, so I had a couple of them that were downloaded, but not enough. So it was literally like 2 songs on repeat, and then I was like, okay, well, and they died, and I was like, I kept doing things like opening Discord, opening Facebook, like hoping somehow some magic gremlin would be like, here's some Wi-Fi, and I'm like, you ever sit there, you just like open an app, and you're like, okay, and then you close it out. You open another one, you're like, is this fine? Close it out, and you're like, like I was just so beside myself, like, what do I do? I didn't have a book, because, like, I mean, I don't carry shit. But you know what I do have? Kindle on my phone with books that are not downloaded. So I'm just like, I think I looked through all the receipts in my purse. I mean, it was like almost before having cell phones, essentially. Like, I was in the bathroom looking at shampoo bottles reading the back, right? Like, oh my God, this ingredient, this thing. I was just so bored. I was like, there was nothing in the seat back pockets to read. No Sky Mall, no bizarre bullshit. Just me existing for 3 hours.
This is a head up to Ryan here. We are taking sponsorships.
Well, go on.
Do better, Frontier. Do better. I liked your price, but goddamn, I want to kill myself on your planes.
See, I'm that person. Like, I'm not usually one to be the preparer, about random bullshit. But for some reason, I actually have an offline playlist on Spotify that I keep constantly downloaded to my phone.
Oh, see, you made a smart decision.
Yeah, I always make sure when I add songs to it, I'm like, hit that download button again so it downloads the updated ones. And I'm just like, have I used it? Once. Have I tried to use it more than once and it didn't work? Yes, because apparently you have to have Spotify open and connected to the internet at least once that day before you can activate the offline stuff.
See, that was probably my problem.
I was going to say, which was also an issue because this is dealing with my tablet at work. And when there's no Wi-Fi at work, I can't connect to Spotify. Yeah. Like, we've got Wi-Fi at work. It's just notoriously
it's really crappy.
Sporadic. Like, it's actually gotten better when it does work, though. Like, I can actually pull up a Twitch stream and have it not buffer as much. But, like, it'll, like, just be out for weeks at a time. And then I have to use my phone. And then it's back and it's nice and strong. It's like, who forgot to pay the bill? Is what it really feels like.
I'm like, wait,
it's like it wasn't my job. Wasn't me.
Seeing at this branch that there's really high utilization.
I don't work in accounting or accounts payable or whatever. I work in deposit accounting, and I don't do that stuff.
All I could see is, like, if you did, you'd be like, okay, first order of business, pay the Wi-Fi. Secondly, service customers. Like, Wi-Fi would be number one over, like, ma'am, I know you're calling about a fraud issue, but I need you to just chill for a second. The Wi-Fi is out, okay? Pay Wi-Fi and then go back to the customer. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I would be my own personal hell, but, like, no, I was trying to think of what I kept hearing on repeat. I think it was Dua Lipa Levitating, and I think one other, like, Steve Aoki song. And I love the both of them to pieces, but not for 3 hours.
Of the same two songs.
Same songs, yeah. And I was like, okay, all right, okay, thanks. It was just feels bad, man. At least on, like, Delta, you don't necessarily have to pay for Wi-Fi because you can get with iPhones the iMessage, so I can text if someone else has an iPhone in flight, and I can use Facebook Messenger free of charge, so I can at least talk to people. But oh my god! But I like some peanuts. You know, I'm not asking for a Biscoff cookie here, but, like, you know,
Cookies.
Cookies.
Yeah.
I've not been on a plane since I went to Japan. Well, to be fair, I went on a plane when I went home from Japan. But
I mean,
beyond
I don't
that,
think you're driving home from Japan. There's
driving
kind of
really
water.
fast.
Well, there's also water in between Japan and Denmark.
That's why you drive really fast.
I feel like
That
for telling
lizard.
Simon that, telling Simon that is like challenge accepted. Like,
but like to be fair, like beyond the absolutely crushing fear of sitting in a metal cylinder up in the air, the service was nice.
How long was that flight for you?
So that was, I think it was 2 hours to Frankfurt and then 12 hours from Frankfurt to Tokyo.
That's
A lot of movies were watched.
I was gonna say that's like gonna be going to visit you.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Pixie. It's gonna be a long flight. And a lot of water. At least you had land to look down on. We're gonna be looking at the fucking water most of the time.
But it's gonna be different water all the time.
I'm going to be
but it all looks the same.
drunk and go to sleep.
That's
and then
fine.
wake up. Because I can't be occupied that long. Actually, I'll probably take a sleeping pill and just kind of out.
I've never been able to sleep on a plane.
I can't
ever,
either,
so.
but modern medicine is going to help my ass out.
Here's an in from the sidelines tip for everyone traveling from the US to Europe. Bring a plug converter, an adapter.
Yeah, that'll be an
'Cause,
Amazon purchase because they don't sell them anywhere.
Because we all have different plugs.
Yes.
Ours are happy.
Yes, they are. Have you seen their plugs?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was going to say.
I'm really glad you said that because I can see myself in the air with no Wi-Fi. Wondering how I'm going to plug shit in when I get there, so...
Just constantly trying to connect to Amazon and F5, F5.
Yes. Like, please help me out here.
Look, I plan on bringing my external battery chargers. So, I mean, and those charge by USB. So, I mean...
Don't, What was your face?
I'm just thinking about different voltage, because I think you use higher voltage than we do. I don't know, okay? I'm not smart. I'm just here to pretend that I am for most of the time, and then horribly fail at it.
Wow. You don't horribly fail at shit.
Just
most
moderately.
of the time.
A moderate fail. I'll
Listen,
drink to
you
that.
would have a two of us kick you while you're down.
It's the rule. I've said it before. I choose my mods onto who will kick me when I'm like hanging on.
Step
the
on your
edge.
fingers.
Straight.
And they
I gotta
just
be honest.
Grab a stick and go, hey.
When I
Poke your
walked
dead
into
body.
chat the other day and I saw Joji with a sword, I was like, record scratch. What happened? What happened here?
Well,
'Cause
wasn't
we
there a
talked about
time?
this.
I was gonna say, wasn't there a time you're like, I'm never gonna make
I'm
Joji a
never.
mod because he's gonna give me too much grief.
Mhm.
You'd
That's
rather
in
not.
an episode, friend.
And Joji's now a mod.
Yeah.
Hell has been let loose.
It's like, okay, something happened
Let's,
here.
let's just want a drink.
Yeah. Too funny.
This podcast is brought to you by Duff Beer in
Oh, I
Denmark.
wish this actually pretty good.
I can't even think about alcohol right now. I'm like, I'm alive? Yes. At what cost? I don't know. And
I'm alive, technically.
like by a technicality is how I'm alive.
You're breathing, and that's about it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. I'm gonna go take the most hungover shower. I was gonna say the most like rich shower after this, but no, it's gonna be me, cold water, exhaling for like 20 minutes. Like,
Just-
please.
That's a talent, constantly exhaling for 20 minutes.
I mean,
Them
maybe
are
I'll
some
just...
lungs.
I mean, have you heard how long I can sustain a note?
You know, Cordi
True.
would. Cordi would. But that would be creepy, right? Like, all I can imagine is being Kyle or Jesse, and like they happen to just walk in the house, like, and you're just holding a note in the shower for like 15, 20 minutes. They'd be like, "Is she broken? Should we check on her?" Because I assume immediately following that, it would just faint and just be a thud. I'm just like, okay, listen, you might be extraterrestrial. Let's get you out of here.
I mean, was there a doubt about that before? Oh,
Well,
my bad.
now I
All of a sudden, things are starting to make sense to Simon.
I'm like, blink twice. I watch you
need
close
an
one
adult.
eye at a time. You need an adult? Yeah, adult can't help you with aliens, friend. That's a whole other problem. Like a task force.
I need
No,
a SWAT.
SWAT. Jesus. Speaking of aliens, can I tell you that I like water. I like swimming in the ocean. I like, you know, just having a good time, but damn it if the sea isn't scary. I did not realize, I don't even know how I got it. I think it was like a YouTube tornado. I was looking at a bunch of different things, and occasionally it suggests random stuff to you, and I was like, yeah, screw it, why not? And I just click on it, and like my whole history is ridiculous, so don't ever look at that. And it was like sea life, and I was like, oh, cool, and I did not realize, for some reason, barnacles have like beaks, and they
Oh,
look like
yeah.
they're getting ready to like, and I'm like, and the beaks are their butts, by the way, because they go face first and attach, and their butts are the ones that they open up, and they have little things that sweep the air to grab, or the
Mhm.
water to grab things. But those beaks look like they could like actually do some like finger chopping damage, and I was like, I've only ever seen like dead barnacles, so I never knew they had like, you know, they're kind of just these little, I don't know, rock type things, and so I was like, what? What is
Oh,
that?
no.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a reason that keel hauling was like a death sentence back on the high seas.
What is that?
So keel hauling basically is they run a line underneath the boat, like, you know, widthwise, and you did something terrible, because like even pirates would do this. They do it to their prisoners. They do it to crewmates who did really bad things within the pirate code stuff. Anyway, and they tie each end of the rope to you with your back, and they just run you underneath the boat along the bottom, where there are barnacles stuck to the frickin' boat. Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for exfoliation, but not that type.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, and then there was one person. I'm not going to call them out by name, but if they're listening, they know who they are. They were a big Sea of Thieves streamer for a while, and they were using keel hauling in the wrong context. And finally, I couldn't stand it anymore, and I had to explain it to them. And they were like, "Oh no, that is not what I meant at all."
I just imagine you going like, that does not mean what you think it means. It's like,
It's pretty much how it went down, honestly.
Oh my god. No, that's crazy. It was like that and sand dollars. I've only ever seen dead sand dollars. Did you know on the bottom they have these like, it's one of those like, what's the fear when you like can't stand little holes everywhere? There's some sort of
shit!
fear like
What is
that.
that called?
It's like,
I know what that is though. Yeah.
yeah, so it's kind of like, but it was a bunch of little small things that just move constantly, and I was like, no, no.
Well, that's
I'm
like
like, these are,
starfish.
Okay, starfish, I've seen Thank You Finding Nemo. I've seen the little stickers and then the peel off. So like I got that.
Mhm.
I was not used to a sand dollar having like little wishy washes on its bottom. What are you doing? Why are you terrifying?
It's
And that's
called
just like, yeah,
trypophobia.
there we go. I knew it was T something. And I had a moment where I was like, ugh. Which is funny because I love octopuses and I have one tattooed on my side. They have a bunch of little sucker cups. But like, I couldn't believe it. And that was just scratching the surface of things that are terrifying in the water. And I'm like, what? I mean, I don't care if you're religious or not, but like, who was like, let me just make a bunch of like, let me get stoned, make a bunch of weird shit, and just drop it in some water. Like, where did that come from? I have so many questions. I'm like, okay. And like, there's some of them that are really cute. Like, there's a sea slug that is just it's the happiest little sea slug. And it's just a cute little thing. And I'm like, I want to pick you up and hold you. But I know if I did, it would just blah. And I'm like, can't you, you're so cute. And then jellyfish, like, I don't even understand how you work. You're translucent, but whatever. Keep on. And that some things, like, legitimately just don't have a brain. Like, I know we talked about shrimp brains before, but, like, it's just weird. They're just there to be there. And you're like, oh, okay. And, like, coral, like, certain types of coral, if you touch it, they, like, fold in like a flaccid penis, and that's real terrifying. And I'm like, no, just creepy shit. I love blobfishes, though. I feel like that's my sea equivalent.
I like pufferfish.
Yeah.
I like pufferfish too. They're really cute. You would be a pufferfish.
Small and cute, and then you poke them and they're like,
yeah.
Get the
You
fuck
know, you
away
can
from me,
kill
bro.
them doing that. Did you know that? They
No.
can get, if they get too spooked, they can puff up and they mix oxygen and water by accident and they can die. I was like, oh, again, don't ask about my YouTube list of things I've been watching. It's pretty heavy.
I just feel like they're the equivalent of like a really skinny guy in a massive jacket.
like 4 raccoons in a trench coat? Like, what are you talking about?
They're like when you got these guys in like those massive poofy jackets and they walk around, they're like, oh yeah, fucking on the street. And then they take it off and they're like, I could break you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking sweet child. My brother in Christ. You're a twig.
Yes. My
That's a
brother
pufferfish.
Yeah.
That's a pufferfish. They're like small, and then someone comes around. They're like, "Hey, what you want?" Hey.
That would be you. Just puffed up, rolling little barrel rolls slowly in the water. Like, hey.
Fucking, all right, I'm out. Da, 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 da.
That would 100% be you. Oh my god, yeah.
It's also the fish that goes, "Whoa,"
What?
when you put a carrot in the mouth. And then there's a video, a very, very well-known video of a pufferfish eating a carrot, and then they plop it in its mouth, and it just goes, "Yeah."
It's like, no thank you. No thank you. This is not shrimp. I do not like.
This is below my standards. I will only eat the finest of grossities.
Wait, grossities?
Groceries.
Groceries. I was like, what the fuck did he just... I was like, what's grossities? I can't. I don't even... I'm like, is that a species I don't know about?
Grossities. They
Or just-
exist purely to be gross
Yeah, just throw
and
me away.
freak you out.
It's like a necessity, but gross.
They are
Exactly.
they are necessary to make gross things grosser.
Oh.
No, that's like if you're gonna take one of
Grosser,
those like
grossery.
bean boozled
I'd say
jelly
never
beans
mind.
and like dunk it in a porta potty. Don't do that.
Oh,
You're
what?
welcome. You said gross things grosser, and that's all I could think of was one of those bean boozled beans, and you just dipped it in a porta potty. Like, there you
Look,
go.
just thinking about bean boozled stuff makes me almost want to puke.
I mean, to be fair, once you've shotgunned about 19 of them, you start losing your taste buds for a while.
Why does none of that surprise me that you would say that and or do that? I'm like, that's not check. That tracks. That tracks. Oh my god.
Gotta try the different flavors.
For me, it's not the flavors that gross me out. It's the fact that I literally get physically sick from them.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah. Like later that day or the next day, I'm inevitably in the bathroom like all freaking day. Even if I had just one, my body's just like, ha, no. So like anytime I think about them, my stomach is just like doing flip-flops already. Just like, oh, you're thinking about them, huh? You're going to give me some of No, you're not. Because if you do, I'm like, okay, we're not going to do that. I shipped off my excess ones to another streamer because I couldn't. I literally couldn't.
I find that hilarious that when Jelly Bean, the Bean Boozled, has this reaction, but the one chip challenge, you're like, it's fine. And I'm like, what? What? Hold on, I died for a solid hour. That was bad.
I caught myself the other day thinking like, oh, I should do the one chip challenge. But then I remembered that I was taken out of commission by spicy ramen.
Oh shit!
And had to like borderline headhunt a new soul because I shat it out.
Friend, I can't tell you how bad you should not do this chip challenge. Please don't. I wouldn't wish that on my enemies, and I had my friends go through it. Okay, so like, let's be honest here.
Hey, just a reminder that I volunteered to do it by myself. You were not required. And then Blue also fucking was like, oh, I'm gonna do it. And I'm like, you two both died. I'm pretty sure you physically left your bodies. Because the looks on your faces were like, I have made some seriously poor life choices.
And I love how, like, very shortly after that, Blue was like, I'm gonna head out. And I'm like, you head out, friend. It's okay. I could tell he was just, like, dying inside. I was like, yeah. Why I did that halfway through my stream was a poor idea, because the rest of the stream was...
Well, I mean, to be fair, though, had you done it at the end, then you would have been up for another 15 hours.
That's true. That's true.
So,
just dying.
Yeah. So it was probably for the best. And it's better that you didn't do it at the very beginning either. So
yeah, that would have been
rough. You know what? For doing it, it's probably for the best when you did it.
Yeah, never again. Never again. I made the mistake of telling my coworker I did that, and they were like, "Oh, okay, I'll send you some hot chips, some Pecky hot chips." And I was like, "And they're gonna go in the trash. Do not send me anything." Like, you want this habanero jerky? No, I do not.
Ooh.
Like, I know I could give it to you, but my brain was like, No.
Yeah, I'm like, habanero jerky, please, thank you, because I was doing spicy jerky for a while. Yeah. And, like, I had 3 flavors. I had the jalapeno, habanero, and then the Carolina Reaper. And actually, the jalapeno tasted a lot more spicy than the habanero. I was like, really? What is this?
You're like, I think someone did a fucky wucky ooh
woo.
Wait, was that a wild Simon Uwu?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No one heard nothing.
Oh, we heard it, though, and I kind of blinked twice like the person
like the gif.
Uwu has come to Uwu. Like, what?
The boy who lived.
Yeah.
Come to die.
Speaking of dying, we're all getting older.
I am.
Yeah. In case we needed a reminder about that.
God.
Trust me, I feel like it completely right now.
But Simon's coming to this realization in a different way.
Oh no.
Yeah, buddy, you want to tell us about it?
I'm not ready to turn 30.
Oh, that's what, in like a month?
Yes.
How much can
I'm
I
like-
pay somebody to do the 30 ritual to you?
They're gonna
what?
do it anyway.
The 30
Oh, the
single
pepper thing?
30.
Oh, I've already accounted for that. And none of the boys are going to hear this until it's too late. So, I'm not even going to be home on my birthday. I have made plans with my dear mother, and I will not tell anyone where we're going.
The day before counts, right?
I was gonna say, here's the twist. Your mom has it planned out with the boys.
Yes. That would be the ultimate Uno reverse. You show up and you're like, oh, I'm safe here. And she hands you a card and you're like, oh, that's a strange size card. You open it up and it's Uno reverse. It's like...
Oh, if my mom was a meme lord, she would do that.
That'd be great.
My mom's hilarious, but she's not a memer.
A memer.
A
She's just
memer.
a mema.
Wait.
Lemur.
I need like fan art of a lemur, but it's a memer. So like somebody needs to figure out exactly what that looks like.
So like a Papega lemur?
Maybe.
Make sure it has a small pee-pee.
Small peepee, but a long tail.
Exactly.
Oh!
Yes. That's perfect.
Yeah. But
Oh my
that
God.
wasn't exactly what I was alluding to. Somebody among us recently got themselves a VR system.
Oh shit. Who?
I don't know.
Oh, it's so good though. It's so good. It's so funny. I brought it to work yesterday, and they're like, speaking of old people, because my manager really wanted to try, and obviously my boss wanted to do that too. And watching two guys in like their late 50s, early 60s trying out VR for the first time in a rhythm game is the funnest shit.
Did either of them fall on their asses?
No one fell, but my boss did attempt a dodge roll, which was hilarious, and I wish I had it recorded, but I couldn't fucking breathe. So the man, he managed to escape the ducking wall in Beat Saber by colliding with a real wall.
You win some, you lose some.
I feel like the risk you took was calculated, but you suck at math.
Wow. That's priceless. You suck at math.
I feel like I need that sign to hold up to you whenever you do something silly.
not-
Just be like, whoosh.
That's gonna be a sign that's never used. Waste of material.
So we're gonna drug him and get him tattooed this, right?
Yeah.
Like, get over there. Don't worry about it, you're fine. It's all good.
But
No.
tell us how you've been feeling after these VR sessions.
I mean, usually I'm just chilling, but like stuff like today where I've just done Beat Saber for 3 hours straight. It's just funny, but also, boy, I need a bath.
Yeah.
How's
How your
how's
legs feeling?
joints?
My legs are doing fine in and so forth that I can not feel them.
I was like, really? And then you finished the end of that sentence, and I was like, there we go. That's the ticket.
Because I am not... I should just be standing up and waving my arms about, but I am jumping around, doing shit,
Yeah.
even though I shouldn't. But at least I'm not trying to fucking kick the things.
Kick 'em?
Like my man... Imagine Man wears headset and has controllers in hand. Tries to kick the squares from Beat Saber.
That's one way to do it.
That's the funniest shit. You stood there like, really like, aw, they're not breaking. I'm like, you're not wearing the controllers on your feet, dude. And he's just there like, ow. Ow.
You're like,
fucking, dude, my manager haymakered the desk.
Worth it.
Yes.
God, it's funny.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's been a few years since I played on VR. I've got the system right fucking there, but I keep not trying to set it up
Same.
because it's the old Oculus Rift, so you need to set up the sensors somewhere
Same.
where they can see you
Same.
and shit. And current setup in the room, not necessarily good for that, but regardless, playing Beat Saber back when we had to drag my brother's computer out of his room to play it because mine wasn't ready for VR. Couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Playing Beat Saber, it wasn't my legs that got tired because, like, my legs have always been the most powerful part of my body. Like, I was a soccer player and a goalie at that, so I had the jumps in and everything at the time. So, like, and I've always been a jogger. It's my arms that were always noodles by the end of it. Go into work the next day, as a teller or something, just my arms are freaking down. Like, I can't.
See, I'm actually going to make sure that my arms are going to be tired sometime next month, because I found out you can get little attachments for the controllers that add weight.
Ah, yes.
I hate this idea because God forbid he goes outside of his square and he has a weight on and how do you against the wall. It's it's gonna be rough.
I don't know, because you've got the newest Quest, right?
At the moment, yeah, I think the 2 is the newest one, yeah.
Now, does that have sensors, or is that a completely standalone system?
It's completely standalone.
Yeah, so how do you know where your box is, out of curiosity? Because with the, Rift, you set up the sensors and you can set up your box, but...
You set up a box and then your system starts like, this is where you are. So if I move out it, it's gonna just show me the camera footage of my room.
Oh.
That does not apply when I am standing and then whipping my hand out and slamming it into my things, my furniture. Yes.
I mean,
Definitely
I guess
not done that.
I guess as long as it's not breakable and it's not like your monitors or something, you're probably fine.
Oh, no, it's just my cupboard.
Okay, yeah, the cupboard's gonna be fine.
So
the
matter of fact, oh, no, just my cupboard. Oh, that's funny.
Fine.
It's fine.
Hurts like a bitch, but it's fine.
All right, there, Chief.
God, I can't wait to play it more. VR for the win. I should not be loving it as much. If my doctor knew that I was playing VR, she'd have my head.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Well, yeah, when you said you bought that, I was like, so, listen, now you have that thing. Should you be having the thing?
that degenerative brain disease? Yeah. That's the thing.
You're gonna need a chaperone soon. Somebody to just sit there watching you flail your arms about.
There's not enough money to pay someone to be with him 24/7. I love you, Simon, but you have some weird moments, and I'm like, I've seen your Twitter. Enough said. Those who haven't,
there will
go
be a
to
day
it.
where there will be a Mrs. Lacey. And there will be at least one Lacey Jr., and there will be mayhem.
I think that's like the oft-told sign of the apocalypse. I'm just gonna put it out there.
I get married, Rhenvi starts prepping the fucking bunker.
Absolutely. Come on.
Just at my work says that I'm just doing Amazon purchases. Okay, so non-perishable foods for like 5 years? Yes.
Bold
do
of you to
we get
assume
an
that it would
indoor
last 5 years.
greenhouse?
That's beautiful. Cordelia Chase, do you want to tell us who won the caption contest?
Yes. So the winner for the episode 8 caption contest, which at this point was like a month and a half ago. Because we just had a slew of real life stuff come up where we couldn't record. But the winner, which we had to go back in time to find, is Oni no Iwa. Yes.
Yay!
Congratulations, Oni.
Woo!
Little mini claps.
Claps everywhere. And we want to
Yes.
encourage you all to continue that trend. We will be picking the winners and giving them a special shout out at the end of each episode. So thank you so much.
The one for this episode should still be up by the time this episode releases. So get in your captions for the finale.
Yes.
Yes.
In the interim, outside of this recording, how can people reach you, Simon?
I'm on Twitter. At Warriors Lacey.
I'm on Twitter. Mic drop.
Done.
At Warriors Lacey. Or that's where you can find my link tree to all my other stuff. Or on VR chat as Lazy Warriors.
Oh God, no.
If you really want some degeneracy in your daily life.
Viewer discretion is advised. Cordelia Chase, where can we find you?
You can find me on the 3 T's, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok at Cordelia Chase, Cordilia Chase. And Rhenvi, how about you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, which links to everything else, and that is Renegade G, Rhene, capital G on the end. And if you would like to contact us, we have 2 methods. One is our own Twitter, which is at StreamlessPete, and email for anything you can think of. Jokes, talking points, hand-drawn pictures, tokens of love. Streamlesspod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then I can
Perfect.
stop.
Perfect. That's awesome.